wait until another. When I got nothing on my mind, I just can't wait to rediscover. When I meet with you again, oh, I just can't wait until the summer. When my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer. When I meet with you again, yeah, I just can't wait until the summer. When my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer. When I meet with you again, yeah, I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait until the summer. I just can't wait until the
Here's my theory. Whoever made that noise made it intentionally. So we would hear it and find him.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the side of Broadcast GG, helping out Core Brawl Tournament. I am Bemi. With me, my co-caster is Vowels. How you doing today, Vowels?
I'm doing pretty well. Looks like we've got a pretty exciting game of Overwatch ahead, and I'm excited to see how these two teams turn out.
I am excited as well. I'm going to see how things turn out as well. We're on the loser side of brackets. Things for Core Brawl in the playoffs is the Desperados versus Blacklight. And this is on the loser bracket, like I said earlier. So this is for all the marbles. Somebody's going to be going home today. But before we send somebody home and see what the results are, let's go ahead and introduce our team. So, Vowels, why don't you start off with the Desperados?
Desperados are a team I casted quite a while ago now on these very scrim nights, actually. And they were actually a really fun team to watch. They've got a really solid tank line between Bison and Wolfer. But my players to watch are actually going to be Pray4GG's on the flex support role. His Zen especially is really good. And Pills on the off-tank role. Both are definitely standout players for this roster.
So keep an eye out on those players, like Vowel said. And over here we have Blacklight, which is a team I have not seen before. I only know about, potentially this is Blacklight Esports organization, so I only know about their Hearthstone player. But let's learn about the team a little bit. We do see that the composition is kind of interesting. It seems like the supports are going to be Galaxy and Cheeky Panda, both really preferring the Mercy. So we'll see how that main support and secondary support role kind of tilters out. It may be potentially that there's going to be one Mercy with the triple tank and one DPS composition, or the quad tank, excuse me, with the one DPS composition. I don't know. We could potentially see that going on. I do also see Reaper as a preferred hero in one of the DPSs with G and also Hanamura. So a lot of flanking going on. So this seems overall a very potentially dive-centric composition. There's not a lot of who to say is going to be the main tank and who will be the support, like side offensive tank. So I don't really know how to read into this too much. But I feel like definitely with the unique composition, it's going to be interesting to say. I definitely would say pay attention to just starting out, just looking at statistics alone. Hanamura with Genji. That's going to be crucial with the Dragon Blades. And on top of that, maybe even no wonder, the DPS flex player, it's potentially going to be the main tank. And I want to see if they're running dive. If so, then the Winston's going to be as great as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a potential for some quite interesting compositions coming out.
Hanamaru, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. Our first map is going to be Eichenwald, so I'm expecting to see pretty standard. You run the Ryan Zaya first point, maybe go double sniper, maybe pull out the Farrow as well. But especially as you move on to the kind of drawbridge phase where the map really opens up, there's a lot of different ways you can take it. So Core Blacklight in particular, definitely want to watch for their flex potential.
And hopefully we'll see from maybe Blacklight starting off on attack. This may work out for them because they seem like also a very aggressive team as well. Potentially, if you're going to see that Pharaoh going on earlier that you said, they don't really have too much to respond to it in their hero pool, just looking out at what they prefer and whatnot. I mean, you have the Diva coming in from level 1 Slime. That could definitely work out. You know, the overwhelmingness of just sort of the Matrix into charging with missiles and just sort of standard primary fire can work out. I mean, maybe Tracer can follow up as well. But overall, I mean, it's kind of up in the air. I definitely would say just looking at just standard hero pools and what we know as the sort of meta at the moment, I would say very much Desperados has this in the bag. Who would you say potentially is going to be able to take this map 1 and potentially the series as well?
I do think Desperados is a slight favorite, but that might be a bit biased because I have casted them before.
That's very true.
Up in the air, and both teams have earned their place in these playoffs, so they know if they lose this match, they're going home. Both teams will be giving it all to try and make it through to the next round.
Well, definitely, I'm excited to see what the composition is going to be. Now, I don't know if Hammond's legal in this tournament yet or not. I would assume not so, just because of the awkward transitioning of it so, but who knows?
No, I don't believe he is. And even if Wrecking Ball is available in this tournament, I wouldn't expect us to see an awful lot of him. I'd expect teams more to stick to the tried and true. You know there's a lot on the line here. You want to run something you're confident with that you've obviously done before. It's managed to get you into a good spot. I wouldn't expect to see teams to be mixing it up too much. Maybe some flexibility onto some strange comps, but nothing that the teams themselves won't have prepared for originally.
Very true. We're going to go ahead and see on this defense right now that there's going to be Garlic Bread running the Reinhardt. This is very standard stuff. Wolfer running the McCree as the secondary sniper, as we've seen that the 2 DPS sniper composition has been very, very popular, and that could definitely work out, especially now that, you know, there's a lot of flanking in Blacklight, so that flashbang is going to come in very, very handy.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a slight variation on maybe the double sniper we'd often see on defense here. McCree's still a great anti-air-pick if we're going to see the Farah coming out, which I believe Hanamaru is going to bring out to spawn. But as you were highlighting, there's a lot of flanks to be exposed on this first point as well. And if you can shut that down with a flashbang and a quick flak that hammer, you've got great value out of McCree. So watch for Wolfer to be able to shut down in a position that way.
Definitely see how this goes. G already taking a huge chunk of damage right off the bat. Just trying to, I guess, rack up some ult charge or something. Don't know how they got hit that early, but they're already trying to go around. The dive composition trying to come to play. You want to see if that Winston about to dive onto that point, drop the bubble, and make it a little more safer and make it easier for G to overwhelm the opposing team. And they drop the bubble right there. Nicely done. They do take out Galaxy. That's crucial right there. But Bison does respond by taking out Hanamuru. But Cheeky Pam's able to respond, and G's able to follow up as well. And looks like the student and master combo seems to be working out for them in the long run. Nicely done, great dive with the Winston.
Yeah, and if anyone ever asks you why dive has been so effective for so many months in the course of Overwatch history, that right there is a perfect clip. Why you send a Genji in, get the target low, the dive follows up. Winston, Diva, Genji, who do you focus? They're all shredding you through. They managed to get a nice pick onto Galaxy on the Mercy and just snowball the fight from there. Going to see whole-scale changes on the defense now. Moving Wolfer over to the Widowmaker role, Bison onto the Tracer. Dive offense as well, so you're only going to keep ult charge on your supports. That puts a lot more of an advantage onto this offense during the next couple fights.
Absolutely, but this is sort of a dive composition as well, so the ult charge is a little more faster comparatively so to other ult compositions, and Pills is able to get level 1 Slime right off the bat, so that's going to be great for them. The Diva's going to be able to have the high ground, able to rush in and just push them back, but it looks like they're already going to fall back. G's kind of put in an awkward position, trying to avoid Wolfer. getting sniped, and they almost do so, and they will finally do it, dropping that bubble right away. But now that was kind of interesting to put it through the threshold. They won't be able to do that for a little bit, and the Dragon Blade's going to be dropped by G, so that might actually be the response that they need. Cheeky Panda does find Bison, so that's one flanker gone. And G trying to find some kill, but it's not going to be the case. They're trying to do something. Wolfer just not being contested at all whatsoever. Does get Hanamuru, and that's not good. That is going to be basically Wolfer walking all over them. There it goes. Cheeky Panda going down. There is the Diva Bomb as well, but that's only going to be a D-Mech onto No Wonder Respawn. That was an interesting call. Might have been a little bit of a fat finger potentially. I don't know.
I mean, might have been a fat finger. May just want to get back to Mech, but Pills is having a good game so far. It's great awareness right at the start of the confrontation. Punish level 1 Slime being out of position. We're going to see a couple more swaps coming off this offense now. Gi's going to be reverting to a Tracer role, and it's going to be Hanamaru taking over the Genji. So a nice level of flexibility, as you were highlighting before with Blacklight. They both feel comfortable running the Genji, both his DPS sticks. So let's see how well this DPS flexibility can play out in the future.
Well, it's good to be flexible, but you also got to be careful. Like you said earlier as well, that ult charge has got to be a thing. G does take out Pray for GG's, though, and Hanamuru will do go down. So both Tracers finding some kind of trade of some sort, and Galaxy getting that res for Pray for GG's. So that means it's more beneficial for the side of Desperados. And already Garlic Bread just running that Winston all over the place, able to overwhelm. And now the team's kind of split up ridiculously, and they just really don't have much protection going on. Pills is able to take out level 1 Slime. Diva Bomb's about to be dropped right now. Ooh, okay, doesn't find any kills, but it does allow it to zone out the rest of the team. And Blacklight still having trouble sort of staying together. And while, yes, it was maybe a good idea to switch up different heroes to just change up the playstyle that they might be trying to read into, it is still not beneficial because they don't have too much in the way of ults to go at this team fight.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight again how well Garlic Bread and Pills have been playing so far this round, sorry. Level 1 Slime is in a bit of an unfortunate position in that he's normally an off-tank player, see a lot of Diva coming out, being forced to pick up the main tank today. And Pills and Garlic Bread have been able to sniff out there's a little bit of discomfort there. He's not quite used to some of the roles he's got to fulfill, and they're punishing it effectively, being able to completely take over these team fights.
Ooh! That is definitely a good pulse bomb that does give him a little bit of an opening, and landing on Galaxy, well, pretty much we know if you lose a Mercy, you're going to have a little more of an uphill battle, and Wolfer does go down. Pray for GG does drop that Transcendence, so it does allow the group to sort of regroup on Bridge and still try to fight this team fight. And there's the Primal Raids going down. Level 1 Slime does wipe out the rest of the team with it, and oh my god, Bison's going to be able to drop a triple right there. And they're still going to be able to push it, but that is dirty. They will be able to try to contest this, but not to be the case.
Yeah. One of the most notable features about Bison in the wild, they're quite large creatures. They can carry an awful lot, and Bison's definitely living up to his name. It's a huge pulse bomb. Without that, Blacklight probably capped there. Desperados managed to come in just at last second, win what could have quite easily been a losing fight, and they've got a lot of ultimates to work with now on this defense. They've got both the self-struck and Primal Rage to stall up at the point for a lot of time, moving to what could potentially be the last fight. They've got a Dragon Strike on board as well. Maybe they invested both the support elements there, so a little while away from those. But if you can get a pick like that onto Galaxy to just stall out this offense even further and follow up onto Cheeky Panda, it's huge from Desperados.
Desperados sitting pretty right now, and does allow them to just sort of get that payload back to the elbow, as a matter of fact. And 60 seconds remaining, there's not a lot of time to work left, but the only thing really going for the side of, you know, Blacklight is that they're a dive, so they're able to make it there quickly, and they have quick ult charge ability, and they're kind of around the corner, and Hanamuru is going to be able to drop that Dragon Blade, does find one kill. G's able to follow up and take out Wolfer, so that looks good, but are they able to find any more kills? Yes, they will. They actually take out both supports. There's a Diva Bomb, though. They gotta be careful. Not going to find any kills, and that's actually going to be great. They managed to regroup and kind of sandwich in the rest of the group. Bison's going to be the last one trying to contest by a few more seconds, blinking in and out of existence, recalling everything that they can. But it's not going to be much it. They are going to be able to make it. There's a great Dragon Strike coming in for Wolfer, though. Not going to find any kills, but it does push them away. Bison does find that kill onto level 1 Slime, which is actually great. Primal Rage being dropped right now. And this looks like they just clutched it out. Garlic Bread and Wolfer coming in to save the day. And there is no chance for contesting this. This is going to be it. The wick is about to go down. And there you go.
Yeah, textbook stall. Garlic Bread dies with Primal Rage, which really puts Desperados on their back foot, not being able to stall at the point for as long as possible. But Pills and Swolfer say, hey, no problem. Great work on the Diva and Hanzo. Invest a Dragon Strike to zone out the enemy, but just bounce off point. Don't let them cap. Try and delay it for as long as you can to allow the rest of the team to regroup. And while that certainly wasn't a bad push from Blacklight at all, being able to get to the end of second point is certainly a respectable way to go in Eichenwald. It definitely opens the door from Desperados to take this map going forward.
It does really do open that door, but also I will say props to Blacklight. I wasn't putting them down, but I also wasn't expecting too much from them. Just being very apprehensive since this is a team I'm not familiar with, but also just the fact that on paper it's kind of an interesting story with all the flexibility that they have. It definitely kind of made Desperados work a little more overtime, just to, no pun intended, just to be able to get that stall and hold, and getting that opening kill on taking out their Winston was also great as well. So it kind of worked out. Level 1 Slime going down. But all right, we're going here with the as you call it, Vowels, the pulled pork on defense, and this is actually really good if you hold it at choke.
Yeah, pulled pork. There's a lot of words you can use to describe this Orisa Hog tank duo. Pulled pork is a personal favorite, but
I like it.
Hey, there's a lot of freedom here. In particular, I think the key play on this defense is actually going to be No Wonder on the Diva. One of the biggest weaknesses of the Orisa Hog duo is that you can quite easily just get run over if the offense has a lot of momentum, if they just push on ahead. If you've got the Diva there as well to be able to shut down any flankers, add a bit more sustain and survivability, it really makes a difference. So keep an eye out for No Wonder being able to shut down this offense. We are going to see a dive coming out, and actually Wolf under Sombra. I believe that's just going to be a scouting pick so they know what to look for. But okay, going over to Tracer now. Running the full pharmacy dive, look for Bison to get a lot of value looking over the top of these shields.
You definitely want to see if they're able to flank around. That's going to be a big part of Bison, but Garlic Bread going down early is not going to be good, and that's actually going to force the team to fall back right away, and Bison could easily be overwhelmed. The pharmacy could be destroyed, and that could even stall more time and give more ult charge for the side of Blacklight.
Yeah, great work from Desperados. Just fall back. Don't give over any more picks. Bison needs to play really careful against Giondas Hanzo. He's had sharpshooter accuracy so far, keeping the Pharah pinned down. He needs to play around sightlines a lot more, poke in between the corners around the shields, gets taken low again. They really have Bison's numbers so far, and it's really shutting down Desperados' offense. The tank line have advanced a bit, so maybe there's a couple openings here while the Pharmacy plays distraction.
Absolutely, but Pills is about to beat D-Max, so that's technically one tank gone already, and that's going to be a little overwhelming. And Garlic Bread about to go down too. Level 1 Slime doing great accuracy onto that Pharah and taking out, their main tank as well. It's great, and Galaxy's about to go down as well. This is just basically great positioning and shielding coming in from level 1 Slime, allowing G to kind of just not be contested whatsoever and go crazy on the Hanzo like we just saw.
I do think we need to see some changes coming out from this offense now. They can't pull off the dive effectively. They're getting staggered out and punished. Bison in particular, not getting a lot of value out of his Pharah pick. Maybe have one more advancement, see if you can get a huge barrage and switch. But I want to see this tank line move over to a Rhine Zarya Death Ball. I know Pills is a really effective Zarya. If you can execute a Death Ball properly and just run over these Orisa defenses, it can make a world of difference.
Oh, it could definitely make the world of difference, but they're making those DPS runs, and really, I understand the prospect of wanting to hold on to these ults, because look at the ult economy going on for Blacklight. They may not have the accurate estimate that we have right now because we're casters, but you can gauge the idea that they haven't used ults in a while, and they've been knocking you out one by one. There's a lot to go on, but they are switching it up, like you said, but not to the death ball. They're running just the standard 2-2-2 with potentially the barrage going into the grab if they can get it in time.
The Rhine Zarya tank line is what I wanted to see. It puts a lot more pressure on these Orisa-based defenses. They're going to invest a Transcendence as well to try and push in, but they need to be careful here.
You gotta be very, very careful. Garlic Bread almost going down. The Diva Bomb's actually about to come in, but it's gonna be able to find Galaxy. Nicely done. I thought it was gonna be a little too high, but never mind. The trade is still going on. Bison goes down. The barrage is not gonna find anything. No wonder they're able to save the day, and the whole hog coming in from Hanamuru. It's gonna be great. It's gonna allow them to just get so much elbow room and feel pretty much safe. That was such a great kill off of No Wonder, able to stop the barrage before any damage could be done.
That was still a good fight, though, for Desperados, actually. We saw how much of a huge ultimate advantage the defense had. And they've just dumped everything, so... Gonna...
That's true.
Backs against the wall, if in doubt, goes it out. Please.
Yeah, exactly what I was looking at. We'll see how that goes. They just need to basically get the pick off of the Roadhog, and that will be good because the hook will not be able to throw off their momentum. But Garlic Bread going down is not a good sign. G is able to hold on to it, but level 1 Slime going down, that's shielding gone, but there's zoning coming in from G, and that actually helps out a lot, but it doesn't matter if Pills and Bison are just going to pop up. They don't need any main take at all, apparently. They're just going to go, and like you said, when in doubt, goat it out. They are going to be able to win this point at the very last second. And now they have a little less time to work with.
It was actually really great positioning from that defense, from that Goat's offense there. Even though they lose Garlic Bread early, they still commit to being aggressive, keep round that corner. You've got Key in the background, who's been able to put in a hell of a lot of work on the Hanzo. If you keep him busy with Pray for GGs on that Moira, it allows the rest of the team to be under... They don't have the hindrance of the Hanzo that's been showing them down all game. He's busy off in the back fighting someone else. You can just focus on killing what's in front of you, and it worked.
It did. When in doubt, go. When you get a lot of healing and a lot of firepower, you pretty much can just look in front of you and just shoot and just worry about the stuff behind you later on. But that is a great boost coming in from level 1 Slime. That does help out a little bit, but that's going to be a great Earth Shatter coming in from Garlic Bread, and that's going to be able to demank a lot. The Diva Bomb will come into play, but, you know, Garlic Bread is able to hold on to that, and that's going to be pretty much the team going down quickly. Bison able to address that Widow very, very quickly, and nice Diva Bomb as well. Bison just kind of cleaning up the mess behind them and just making sure that nobody falls back, and they're able to get through the elbow awkwardness really quickly.
Blacklights do have the slight bit of consolation that we saw for Desperados a couple of minutes ago. If they can avoid some of these staggers, they are going to have an ultimate advantage here, I feel. They've got a Transcendence, they've got a Dragon Strike, they need to make it work. They need to get to this point right now.
Oh, yeah, they do. Garlic Bread bringing down level 1 Slime is not going to help either. Cheeky Panda does bring out that Transcendence, but the Valkyrie's almost halfway done. It's about to be done right now, and that's a great grab coming in from Pills. The Dragon Strike coming in, though. It's going to be from the other way around. Takes out Pills, but Galaxy getting a double kill is not going to be good, and that's going to be it. Not going to have much in the way of firepower to contest this. Desperados taking the map 1.
I did actually really like that final composition we saw in defense. It just quite unfortunate, got caught out on positioning right at the end. Couple staggers came out onto their Zenyatta in particular, and it meant they couldn't set up properly for a final defense. That could have been a lot closer to a Blacklight if they could be a little bit more disciplined with some of the positioning. On the other hand, though, you've got to give credit to Desperados being able to identify, hey, they're out of position, let's punish, let's stagger, and that really set them up for victory.
Yeah, that was a really great opening and reading coming in from Desperados. I have to agree with you on that. And like you said, when in doubt, goats it out, and it really worked in their favor. But I have to say as well, though, Blacklight definitely showing a lot of life, like you said. I really do like a lot of their plays. I think, honestly, their alt execution, I would have liked to seen a little more reservedness and seeing what you can do about just kind of playing with their heads and just zoning them to where you want them to get the most out of your ult. Because nowadays, a lot of the times, the ults aren't even trying to be used for kills. They're just trying to be used as zones to sort of either spread the party or get the party close together enough to be basically circling them in and overwhelm them.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to always find picks with your ultimates.
Exactly.
There's still an effective use if you can set up someone else to get the picks. Zoning and vision are really underappreciated aspects of this game sometimes. And we joke about zoning ults all the time if you don't have an effective Deadeye in particular. But it is a valid strategy. If you can zone someone into a position they don't really want to be in, it enables you to find picks later. You can punish that positioning. You don't need to directly get kills with your ultimate. And if you actually manage to find those kills after you've triggered your ultimate, it just sets you up for the next one because you're building a bolt charge already.
Yeah, I agree. And it's those mind games. I love when people try to play with the mentality of their opponent, because sometimes that is an overlooked tactic. Just messing with their heads in some way can make them easily overlook things as well. But we're not going to overlook what our next map is. It is going to be Volskaya, as Athena said in game. Very cool voice to hear. Going on here, definitely, I would say, looking at this, still in the favor of Desperados, just from the standpoint that Dive has been looking like a preferable map, or composition, excuse me, for the side of Blacklight, which kind of, Dive can work here effectively, but it really does feel like a little bit of a hit or a miss with it.
Yeah. Bemi, I'm sorry to break your heart, but I've got a lot of the ambient and music effects that in this game muted, so I don't hear Athena lovingly introducing me to some of these matches. I'll take your word for her voice being calm and soothing, though.
I just love the aesthetic of Overwatch, man. It's a good game with good aesthetic. It's a great esport, and it brings us a wonderful community. That's all I can say.
Definitely. Setting up on this defense here, we're gonna see get more flexibility actually coming out from Hanamaru and G on these DPS duo. They really impressed me last match actually, even though they lost, being able to play characters like Genji to a high level and pulling out the Tracer and Hanzo as well. I really liked what they were able to see. G's going to be picking up that Hanzo as well, who was really the MVP of Blacklight's first point defense. Hanamaru on the Pharah, I don't believe we've seen this from him so far. Maybe they played it on their original offense, but yeah, I'm excited to see what it can come out with. On the offense, though, I don't think we need to listen to words.
Yeah, well, one word, goat. All right, we're about to see how a pack of goats go in. They are doing not that well, actually. Hanamaru is going to be able to take off Prey for GG, so that's one aspect of Radiant Healing gone, and on top of that, that was probably Hanamaru's worst DPS to go, or sorry, not worst DPS, worst support to go up against because of that reach. Galaxy able to find one kill, but that's going to be pretty much it. Shutting down right away, taking out Garlic Bread, and the rest of the team has to fall back because there is so much wide areas and wide open spaces for goats to kind of just be split apart with.
And almost immediately, Hanamaru reminded us of the fatal flaw in goats, that you have no way to challenge a dominant Pharah. It was a great initial pick onto Prey for GG's to shut down that initial healing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a repeat of it here.
Yeah, absolutely. They just gotta be careful, though. Garlic Bread does find that kill, but goes down immediately to Hanamaru, and that is a really fast Dragon Strike coming out of nowhere, and the Coalescence gonna be coming out just as fast, and then the barrage is going to be stopped, so that's going to be really good for Coalescence, and potentially this is going to be maybe the opening that goats need to be able to push this through. Blacklight looking like they could actually finally shut down this point. They do take out G's. Pills takes out Cheeky as well, looking great, and good bubbles coming in from Pills allows them to get pretty much close to that grab as well, and we're playing with almost a full ult bank.
Yeah, it was ambitious, but it was great work from Pills actually on that offense. I keep saying his name, but he keeps giving me reasons to say his name. As they move in, he knows the Pharah's an issue, so rather than focusing on the Pharah, he actually looks for Galaxy on the Mercy, zones them away, and enables them to the point.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good Earthshatter. Does find Galaxy, but other than that, it will be bringing him down. I would see potentially maybe the first marker being taken. They have maybe, you know, the grab coming in, the Coalescence could come out as well, but this is not going to carry the fight all the way through. That was an interesting grab. Does take out level 1 Slime. You do take out that main tank, that's fine, but that's a great grab right there. But the Coalescence is able to respond, but Hanamura is able to respond as well with the Dragon Strike. All the ults have been unloaded from almost both sides, but percentage-wise, looking pretty good for the side of Blacklight, but unfortunately they will not be able to take the first tick at the very least.
I mean, sometimes you just need to guarantee someone is dead and stays dead, and that's when you throw in the Graviton and the Dragon Strike and the Barrage. There is no way
True.
no combination in this game can deal with that much raw damage. And although you've invested all 3 ultimates into one team fight, you've got the team wipe, and it was a really dicey situation for Blacklight, so you can't really blame them. Hanamaru is going to be swapping over now to the Brigitte, puts a lot of pressure onto the dive tanks we're now seeing on the offense. But that's a great pick from Wolfer to set up.
A great pick for Wolfer, and hopefully with this Diva that's about to go in right now, charging in, it won't be too hard of a pills to swallow, but it seems to be a little bit overwhelming, but it doesn't matter. You just sort of break it down and you'll be able to demech them. No wonder they are not having a hard time as well. Wolfer getting Hanamuru, though. That's going to be another great opening for the side of Blacklight to be able to push on through. It doesn't matter. Bison doing a great job, taking out both supports. G does take out Galaxy, though, but no wonder, unfortunately, SD, I think maybe got a little too close and sort of used the lob some grenade of some sort. They do manage to get the first tick. They are still going around. Garlic Bread does have potentially also the Primal Race to go about and try to go for a second tick, but there's that Pulse Bomb coming in, and it doesn't find anything else. Does push them back, does get a little bit closer, and now the team is trickling in, but no wonder able to take out Pray for GG's, and it's not really a safe place to res unless, you know, Garlic Bread is able to do some work here. Bison does find Hanamuru, and yes, they do manage to get that res off, so looking great here. Transcendence is coming in, Galaxy does go down, and that's a little bit unfortunate, so that main healing is going to be gone, and that's going to be a great res. So close to that second mark, but not to be the case. G will finish it off on sec. Wolfer coming in with a nice big play, but, you know, you can get a great snipe, but if there's nobody left there to try to get the point, it's pretty much all for nothing.
Dialing it way back, that was great work from No Wonder on Desire to stay alive for so much longer than the rest of the team. It just left the door open to for Gi to come back in on the Genji, and then Hanamaru comes back in on the Tracer, and then Cheeky Panda's there on the Moira, and it just opens the door for the defense to trickle back in. And although you gave up a tick, you didn't concede the point, which could have really feasibly happened there. Wolf is going to switch off the Widowmaker now onto the Brigitte, who's really popping off the Widowmaker, but really values being able to punish the tanks a lot more.
And G going to go ahead and take out Bison right away, so that flanking is pretty much saved. They're getting a second kill with the Storm Arrow, looking really good. And now that allows pretty much level 1 Slime to just sort of go crazy. And they're pushing them back all the way. I mean, Blacklight doing a great job right now holding on to this point.
And that's the disadvantage of no longer owning a sniper. You allow G's Hanzo to run wild, and if there's one thing you don't want to let run wild on the side of Blacklight, it's G's Hanzo.
Yeah.
Nice picks, shut down the offense before it can even begin, and now they're going to have to regroup. And what do you know? Wolf has moved back over to Widowmaker.
Yeah, it is. Wolfer just trying to, gonna potentially be the contester. They did get a couple of good picks opening in by taking out Cheeky Panda earlier when they were on that Zenyatta, but I mean, this is looking pretty scary for the side of Desperados if they're able to not push through. Look at that, but they actually do manage to find quite a couple of kills thanks to that dive coming in from Winston. Garlic Bread leading into the charts. There's a Coalescence with the Demon Bomb. The Coalescence can't stop that, and that does scare them off a little bit, and they do get closer to that second tick. This is all just for the second tick. They're trying to push in through. They do manage to find the kills. Are they going to be able to find the second tick, though? That is Hanamuru sort of denying that, but can they deny it for much longer? I don't know. Wolfer finding Galaxy once again. There's the Dragon Strike. It does find Bison. Hanamuru is going to go down, though. They do find the second tick very, very soon. Wolfer trying their best, pushing on through. Very close as well, but the Primal Race coming in from Garlic Bread, they were able to get that out, and now they'll finally get that second tick. Minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. Are they going to be able to find it? They're trying their best. Hanamuru is going to come in, thanks to the power of the Matrix. No wonder it allows them to keep on going, but they're going to get D-Mech very, very quickly. And actually, I don't think this is going to be all for much yet. Level 1 Slime has to touch that point very quickly. It's going to be very dangerous if they don't, and that's it. They do manage to take that point within the time bank.
And we've talked about snipers, and the snipers have really been effective, but so much of Desperado's success has come from the ability of Pray for GG's on the Zenyatta to find initial picks. Blows open. You've spent so much time focusing on Wolthart and the Widowmaker, trying to stay out of his sightlines. Suddenly there's a volley of orbs to your face, your team's down a player, and before you can think about resurrecting or regrouping, Desperados comes in to punish. It's great team play around Pray for GG's, and although it was good defense from Blacklight being able to take the time back down to just a minute 8. It's the momentum's definitely on Desperado's side. Blacklight need to claw their way back in here.
They do indeed, but I mean, gee, that was a really good Hanzo. So I think honestly, if they could utilize that again, they could potentially work. Hanzo's not that great in attack, I understand that, but I don't know, you could always shake things up. But we're seeing on the defense here for the side of Desperados, that they are running the Junkrat. Okay, I usually see this composition on King's Row, so I'm a little thrown off here, but it definitely could work here as well.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Junkrat is definitely a rarer pick for Volskaya Industries, but if you can abuse the high ground around all sides of the point, there's no reason why it can't work. I'm more interested to see Garlic Bread on this Orisa. Actually pulled it off pretty well for the side of Blacklight on their initial defense. So Desperados maybe taking a page out of their book. Keep Bison behind the shield, and sure, you can rain down hell on the offense.
That is very true. It's we'll see how this works. Again, I'm feeling deja vu with all the King's Row stuff going down, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We're about to see them go in here, and they're about to go in and try to take this team fight, but they know exactly where they come from. Wolfer getting that pick off with Cheeky Panda as well. Looking good. You can't deny that Widow, especially when they're damage boosted by that Mercy. Looking great. Great for GG's. Getting no wonder. And already this team fight looking great for the side of Desperados. Arguably, maybe even pulling it off a little bit more impressively.
If there's one thing we've learned in Overwatch over the last couple of months, goats do not like explosives. Be it a Sarah, be it a Junkrat, Bison already has a Riptire 40 seconds into the defense. You can't argue with those results.
You can't, and it is very true. There is very fast charging ults here on the side of Desperados, but it is still early to say if Blacklight will be able to not be able to tame this point. That was a weird way of phrasing it, but it doesn't matter. There is also, they gotta be careful of that back. That does allow them to do a little bit of information if they so desire. Now it looks like G is going to be trying to find Wolfer, but they might be in a little bit of a rude awakening. They are going to manage to sort of retreat back with the group, and they're not contesting it too much. Pill's almost going to be demec'd, and G does find Wolfer. That's going to be a great opening, and the Riptire does go down, though. The guy be careful. Everybody's running away, and G once again coming in with a great place. Gets the snipe onto Galaxy as well, and Hanamura able to follow up with great for GG's. This is not looking good for the side of Desperados. Bison does find a kill, but that is going to be roughly about it. Bison's kind of an awkward situation and says, hey guys, what's up? Doesn't matter. They go down immediately. G following up with that help a level 1 slime, where you have a hammer with a sniper rifle come into a gunfight. It's not going to be really in your favor.
I'm sorry, Desperados, but if you ignore your problems, they will not go away. It was a great initial flank from G to set up that sightline, but Desperados just gave him free reign. They saw Wolfer go down and they thought, he'll go away. He didn't. He punished the resurrection, he killed the Riptire, and it really blew the point open for Blacklight. Desperados need to be much more aware with punishing those flanks.
Well, they definitely do punish this upcoming one. G does go down, so that's going to be really good for them to be able to hold on to this point a little bit longer, but I mean, there's still a lot of time in the time bank for them. A lot more than what Desperados had to work with trying to get this point as well. Just a couple of minutes, and there's 100% charge coming on No Wonder, almost with the grab. I think, arguably, they were just going to try to push in and see how much ult charge they can get before fully going in. They tried to go for one. G does respond, taking out Wolfer, but the Diva Bomb does come in. I don't think they're too worried. They do lose No Wonder, and Pill actually getting the triple kill, looking great with the boost as well. Bison finding Cheeky Panda, and the double snipers turn out to be very effective right now. They're just taking bot shots right there and then there through the choke, and once again, the point is saved.
And a double sniper composition is so deadly for Desperados, because if you keep your eyes on Wolfer, you're going to get shut down by Bison. You keep your eyes on Bison, you get shut down by Wolfer. You somehow manage to watch both. Oh look, it's Faithful GG standing in the background. He's just volleyed you to death. You're going to see try and advance, rotate round the right, but that's a nice pick on the Bison to take out Hanamaru to shut down this offense before it can even begin.
Absolutely. They do manage to get the res, though, so that does allow them to keep up that little bit of tempo that they have. Maybe go ahead and try to drop the ults. Arguably, you kind of just sort of rush in there. G does get Wolfer. That's going to be even better. They drop that grab, and that's going to be great with a Dragon Strike as well. They do manage to find Pills, and that's going to be good. Airshare not going to fight too much, and Garlic Bread will actually be brought down by G for that. Hanamuru going out with a double kill, and they do manage to get the first marker. They're about to get the second one very, very quickly, though. If they're managed to take out Galaxy quickly, they do. No wonder thanks to that. They do manage to get the second point. I should stop eating my words because I am commentator cursing this very, very well. But they do manage to get these kills. The staggering is going quite well. Bison going on the Doomfist very quickly soon as well, though. No wonder managed to find quite the bit of kill feed, and still Blacklight putting up a fight of their lives with a full team as well, and the Earthshatter still waiting in the wing, and they got the team kill. No contest. They are managed to have quite the comeback.
Yeah, great work being able to set up it's combo that's going to stand the test of time. It's dominated the meta so much in the last couple of months, and it's not going away. You throw down the Graviton, you throw in the Dragon Strike, you let a Ryan swing to hammer in the face to top off the damage, and jobs are good, and you've got a team wipe. Nice couple staggers come out to eat away at the time bank, but it is great target discipline on the other side to shut down the staggers. And running a minute 8 time bank versus 3 minutes 42, the ball is once again in Desperados' cart moving forward.
That is very true. So we'll see how this goes. G going on that Bastion, of course, because what's more better than a Bastion? But I think, honestly, this is where I find it interesting. We're about to see in the overtime how this goes. You got a minute and 8 seconds left. What is your goal with that minute and 8 seconds left, Vowels?
Your goal is to get to the point as fast as you can, bunker down for as long as you can, and try, even if you're not going to cap, get a couple ticks. And maybe you might get 1 or 2 picks against this defense we're sitting here that's going to be based around protecting the Bastion on the high ground. But you don't really have any vertical mobility aside from Bison on the Diva. You don't have any way of punishing G's Bastion if you're just going to bunker down on the point. There's a lot of questions that are going to be answered if you're going to run this Ghost offense.
Well, you know, like they said, when in doubt, goats it out, like you said. So we'll see if that works out. But I mean, 60 seconds left. They just got to win pretty much a team fight, and they're sort of good as goal. And even DMEC Bison is going to be probably one of their highest priorities as well. And there's that Doomfist coming in, a good tank buster. If they don't get stunned, that was almost dangerous. G though gets sprayed for GG's. That's one support down. Hanamaru gonna go down though. That's actually gonna be a great opening, and Bison does take that opening to utilize and take out Cheeky Panda. But no wonder, able to take this down. G gets a kill and a D-Mech. That's gonna be great, but you know, you're just gonna hold on to that, you know, left button for as much as you can and then go down. And that is actually going to be the team fight right there.
Great work for Desperados, be able to abuse sightlines, kind of hang underneath the ledge so Geek doesn't have the sightlines to shred through you. And it just eat through the targets until level 1 Slime has no choice but to drop down contest point. And that's your opening for Pills to move around the side, take down Geese Bastion, cap the point with 30 seconds left. They're going to move Garlic Bread over onto this Winston. This is a strange new variation on Rose we're starting to see where you run the Winston, the dive tanks with it. I'm still not convinced as how effective it is, but hey, it's do or die time.
It is do or die time, and you may as well. You already got a point, so that does give you a lot of time to work with. G just dropped that Bastion all just to kind of panic them a little bit. 10 seconds left. You're just buying a little more time, which is very understandable. You're not going to find too many kills because there's a lot of tanky people. And Bison does go down, D-Mech right away. That actually isn't great, but Garlic Bread able to get Cheeky Panda, so that's one of the supports gone. And G's got to be careful. They are getting a little bit back there. Okay, they move into the back line. That's going to be fine. But the sound barrier coming in from Galaxy is going to be great. And the Coalescence does find a bunch of kills. Are they going to get this point? That is a 3K coming in from Paid for GG's as they're able to get this kill. And there's the Diva Bomb taking out Cheeky Panda. And oh my god, they do get the first marker. And that is potentially going to be the second marker as well. Yes, they will. They're going to be able to overwhelm. No contest touching this time. This is going to hit the bank. They take all 2 points, excuse me.
And again, heads up play all through Fit and Desperados. They identify the Bastion defense. They know the way to play around it is to abuse the sightlines where the Bastion can't rain down hell from you. We saw it playing around the ledge on first point and moving into second. They know if the Bastion's going to set up off point, they can just hide in the corners and get their picks from there. They managed to play that to maximum efficiency. And even though it's a cap in overtime, it's still a cap. And finishing out Volskaya in a second round with 3.5 minutes on a time bank, it's easier said than done. It's definitely easier than doing a minute 8, but it's still not a guarantee. So Desperados, with the backs against the wall, managed to come up with a really definitive offense. I like to see that.
I really like to see that too. Now it's pretty much a very kind of lose-lose situation as well for Blacklight, because this is either going to be a win for the Desperados or a tie. And even then, Desperados are up by 1 map.
I mean, if Blacklight managed to cap both points again, we'll move into another round of overtime.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry.
But you're right. It's still a bit of a lose-lose situation because you've already played your trump card by showing that Bastion defense. If we've got to go to another round of Volskaya, what are you going to run then?
That is very true. I totally agree with that, and thank you for saving me there, Val. Sorry, I totally forgot a whole nother round, so you're right. There is still a little more fight in this life, and there is the time bank still much more in favor for the side of Blacklight. So maybe it isn't, all hope isn't lost, so they just need to put in a little more elbow grease, and they could definitely push through. G definitely needs to find that opening kill and not get that much damage onto them. Level 1 Slime is going to be asked a lot. G's go down, unfortunately, due to pills. And this is already looking very much in the favor of Desperados to be able to take this first team fight. They do manage to demech pills, but Brayford GG's could easily hook this out and just overwhelm them. Wolfer does take out Hanamuru with the poison back. That's not something we see in the kill feed every day. Looking pretty good. And now there's just kind of this back and forth fight. They are just going to be able to finally take this point one. No, they're actually going to be able to hold this. Excuse me, I meant to say. And yeah,
I'm not actually sure how that whole came through. It was great work from Garlic Bread and Paper GGs to just bunker down behind the shield, punish the offense so they don't really have any room to come and aggress against you. And what was really a wide open door for Blacklight on the offense suddenly gets slammed shut. Paper GGs is going to be a cornerstone of this defense on the Roadhog pick. We've seen him play really effectively on both the Zenyatta and Moira, and he's really showcasing his flexibility again here.
Ooh, absolutely. G does find also Bison as well. The flexibility is going to be a little bit gone there. Pills does take out and trade it in, but no wonder Hanamuru, they're able to take out Garlic Bread and Galaxy, and that's not good. They are able to utilize upon that, and Wolfer's going to be the last one standing. Not going to be much. The Diva Bomb does come in, but what kills is going to find? It was a very, valiant attempt from Pills, but overall, it does buy them a little more time, so they have less time to go for point B, but that's about it.
Yeah, Hail Mary Diva Bomb from Pills. Maybe you want to take that one back so you've got a couple more ultimates to work with on the defense.
Okay.
He's going to swap anyway. He's going to move over to the Bastion on this defense. And hey, it's fair game. Blacklight ran it. Why can't Desperados? It's going to be a bit of a tilted to go up against a Bastion and a double sniper. And once again, Pray for GG's has been so deadly on the Zenyatta. But there's a definite ultimate advantage for Blacklight moving into this. They've got both support, both got tank ultimates, both upside, and the Dragon Strike as well. So Desperados need to be careful. They can't afford to be caught in another Graviton Dragon Strike combo.
Yeah, they gotta be very, very careful about this. They just kind of not be overwhelmed, but there's that grab, and that's Dragon Strike coming in right there, and they are going to go down. There's not much support going on. No, a Galaxy Mercy cannot be happening that at all. Galaxy almost going down with half the health, but Wolf are able to help them out along with it, and this is looking good. Pills does get res backed as well, and the Dragon Strike is going to keep them barely alive. I am very impressed with these ult usage, but I will say there's that Earth Shatter waiting in the back of the wing for the next push.
Yeah. And what was crucial there was that Pills sat in the Eye of the Storm in the Galactic Dragons combo, still manages to find a pick onto, I believe it was level 1 Slime. Takes all the wind out of the sails of this defense, of this offense. Even though he goes down, they're only able to secure a tick, and they've only got level 1 Slime's off shadow to play with. So there's a huge amount of pressure on his shoulders now. Can he come up clutch for Blacklight to be able to move forward, or is it going to be all Desperados?
I don't know. Hopefully, there will be another round to go in, because I would like to see Blacklight try to pull through with something going on here. They are going on that high ground. The Bastion is still going to be overwhelming. They are going to be able to bring that down. Pills doing a great job. Now they're dropping that tank, and they're trying to find Galaxy. They will find Galaxy along with Garlic Bread helping that out. Oh my god, that is a 3K. That is a tank. There's a barrage. We are playing World of Tanks here? I thought we were playing Overwatch. It's going to be the win right there for the Desperados.
Pills looked at the Blacklight defense and said, You play Bastion? I play Bastion. Absolutely insane ultimate there. Some great mid-air kills. I believe we might see it again as the play of the game, but great work. Managed to shut down level Slime as he drops down, going for a nice fancy Earth Shatter. And this huge tank ultimate to come out, seal the deal. Back against the wall, Blacklight now. You're 2-1 down. If Desperados win another, you're out of the Cold Ball tournament. You need to pull out something huge here. You need to pull out something even crazier than your initial Bastion defense. It'll be interesting to see how they can claw their way back into this.
Symmetra. What? But that was really, really good. I have to say that honestly, I was not expecting the Bastion to work that well, but like you said, there was just Pills eating that Dragon Strike along with Galaxy pocketing. Galaxy was pocketing for the most part, which allowed the Bastion to be pretty flexible, which I was kind of worried about because then you have not really another healer. You only have Pray for GG's kind of working on the heals and whatnot. And I thought that was maybe going to be potentially something Desperados didn't quite know how to run, but obviously they are just going to be able to kick Blacklight in the teeth by using their own compositions. And honestly, this is, like you said, very scary. They're at match point right now, and Blacklight, they could be walking home or they could come back. Maybe they need something more aggressive. What kind of map would favor them more, would you say?
I feel like in this kind of situation, you almost have to take it to a control map. Maybe we see a Lijiang Tower come out, maybe an Oasis. Something that's a bit more level ground where it's just focused on pure team fight potential might open the way back for Blacklight to come into this, but I'm going to be interested to see what they can come out with. One player I do want to highlight for Desperados, I've already talked about it a bit, but Pray for GG's is truly putting the flex in flex support right now. Oftentimes, flex support just means a Zenyatta one trick. Pray for GG's is having none of that. He's been able to pull out the Moira to a high level, pulled out the Roadhog on that defense as well. I'm excited to see what he comes up with next.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, I as for Blacklight, I'm excited to see more of their dive because it seems like something very comfortable there with. And like you said, the control map dive is very, partial to control maps like this. So I quite like that a lot. Honestly, I think it will be very fun to see. We are going to see Ilios. I mean, compared to all the other all the best of 3 maps that we see for dive, this is maybe not the most dive-centric one. But if
I think the thinking here for Blacklight is Hanamaru has had some pretty solid showings on the Father so far, and there's a lot, maybe not so much Ruins, but if you go on to Lighthouse and Well on Ilios, they're great Father maps. And even on Ruins, Sniper's Playground, it's been pretty equal, I'd say, between Guy and Warthog on the Widow duel, so definitely the door comes open for Blacklight to come back in on Ilios. I do like this pick.
I do like this pick too. The Ruins with the Widow as well, and that could work out. It depends on what the first map is going into. Could be definitely favorable. Ruins! That's definitely the most dive-friendliest of the maps, and if there would be any maps where I would go like, this is definitely the momentum builder that, Blacklight would want, it's definitely going to be this map. This is probably their most favored map of the 3, I would say.
Yeah. Someone get Neymar on the phone, it's Dive Central. This place has been a Sniper's Playground as well since the beginning of time, and with how powerful they are in the current meta, I'm not expecting to see anything different. Wolfer versus, I presume, Guy is going to be taking up the sniper role for Blacklight. That's really going to be the matchup to watch here.
I think also maybe potentially, let's see, No Wonder's going to be running that Diva for their composition. That's fine. So it looks like Dive versus 222 with Sniper double DPS, or double Sniper DPS. I mixed up my words. I think going off this, though, they do have the Lucio, so the mobility is still a little in their favor if they work together. I think, honestly, what you also want to see is Pills kind of like prioritizing those bubbles for the side of Desperados, because they need a lot of protection starting out, because that bubble with level 1 slime and just the Tesla cannon, it's going to be a little overwhelming at first.
Yeah, I do actually like this death ball composition if we're going to be running double sniper. You take up so much point presence, force the dive to pay respect to your tanks and open up them for snipers. But you can't let Guy get away with that. Galaxy gets taken down as well, and that's bonus one Blacklight.
That is just like definitely the team fight right there. Blacklight feeling in their zone like we thought they were about to go into this crazy, and now all right, they're like, okay, anything you can do, I can do better.
Desperados try and play it fancy, go for a nice rotation around the left side, but there is one fundamental rule in Overwatch: never show your back to a purple French lady. They get paid a price. It's a nice pick from Guy, and Hanamaru actually good follow up. He's most on the way to his Dragon Blade now. Pray for GG's not even a quarter of the way to his Transcendence, gets taken down again. A lot of momentum's going back over to Blacklight here.
Blacklight definitely feeling up this momentum, and right now they gotta be careful of also Hanamuru because they are just getting overwhelmed and flanked as well. Not much of a test there. G does finally go down. Wolfer finds that kill, but Cheeky Panda able to find Bison. There's not much flanking going around. They lost Galaxy, so Wolfer could pick off as many as they can, but they're already going to be falling back. And Garlic Bread having a hard time killing off the Zen. They finally do so, but they're not going to be able to flip over the point. They are just going to go down very, very quickly. But, I mean, this is going to be finally the point.
Yeah, slow stagger out from No Wonder builds up a little bit more Volt Charge, and there's a lot of tools to work with if you're Blacklight moving forward. It's a bit of an unfortunate stagger onto Gi. He went down about the same time as No Wonder, so it's not too much of a disadvantage. But you're gonna have you can have every ultimate here. The furthest one away is Cheeky Panda's Transcendence, which is currently 93%. So Blacklight have a huge array of tools to work with. Pray for GG's is still a little while away from Transcendence, so keep an eye out for Hanamaru's Dragon Blade to come out.
Yeah, and also the Transcendence as well. You want to see if they are able to take it, drop it right away. There's the Demon Bomb. The Pulse Bomb does find G, though. Oh my god! Pills is able to find a double kill. No wonder they're able to find Bison, though. So at least maybe a little bit of the flanking is gone if they're able to just try to find some res onto Hanamuru. No, they will not be able to because that is just a mercy gone right there thanks to Bison. The Primal Race coming in to finish this off, but they still got that Dragon Blade. They could potentially pocket maybe the Genji, go in.
Yeah. Is a world's first to Scrim Knights. Michael Bay makes his cameo as there's explosions all over the point. It plays out for Desperado in the end. They managed to secure point presence, but the key is that Prayful GG's built up and used that Transcendence. Hanamaru still hasn't unsheathed the blade. Patient Swordsman's going to come out. And here, I think, is when he needs to pull it out. Try and find some value. He's going to unsheath his blade now.
Oh no! They're only fine Pray for GG's and go down immediately. Garlic Bread able to take them out, and that is already the team fight. They kind of just, you know, pulled the ace up their sleeve, and then, like, Desperados pulled it out and just tore the card to bits and pieces.
That's a tilt if you're Hanamaru. He immediately moves over to McCree and now onto the Tracer. It's a really unfortunate moment. You've got a huge 5k setup in your head. In reality, you take down one and you get tickled to death by a Tesla cannon. Galaxy for Blacklight, don't get them mixed up, has a Valkyrie to work with, so a little bit more sustain on this offense, but they need to touch point right now. Watch out for Pills to have a huge Diva Bomb to shut this down, but Wolf is going to shut...
Oh no! Oh, Diva Bomb's going to come in, and they get a double kill once again. Both tanks going down, and Wolfer getting the quad. That is going to be it. This is not a good sign, Vowels.
Yeah. I was going to say, watch for a huge Diva Bomb from Pills to shut down this offense, but as I was saying that, Wolfer chooses to shut me up instead. Clutch 2 headshots coming out onto the supports, shut down any sign of life from Blacklight. They just gave up in the end. It's a consolation 2k for Pills just to finish off the deal, and it's really backs against the wall now. If Desperados win this round of Ilios, that's it. They've taken the match. Blacklight's out of the tournament. They need to pull out something huge here if they want to keep their tournament chances alive.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Dive on Lighthouse is still pretty effective in its own right. If they so desire, they could work that. I will say the McCree is maybe a good idea as well. There's no pharmacy being ran by the Desperados, so they don't really have to worry about that all too much.
Yeah, it is interesting to look at the mind games here. We see a lot of Farah on Lighthouse, and both teams have reacted to maybe expecting the Farah by running Mirror McCree's instead. So it'll be interesting to see who can get more value out of this. I'd favour Wolf as McCree based on what we've seen, but Hanamaru can surprise me.
Hanamaru definitely could get a good flashbang, and Pills getting D-Mech is not going to be great, but Bison does get Cheeky Panda, but Cheeky Panda at least got that D-Mech, like they said, level 1 slime, able to utilize upon that, but oh my god, Pray for GG's able to D-Mech the Diva, and pretty much it was kind of the positioning of where the D-Mechs happened. It was definitely a lot more backed up against the wall for the side of Blacklight.
Yeah, great work from Desperados. They had the initial speed boost. There was a slight positioning advantage moving in, and they just seized the advantage off that. Forced Blacklight, as you were saying, right up against the wall. And all the trades come back and forth. Desperados win out in the end. Bison's already going to have a pulse bomb here, so see if he can find an early pick to shut down this offense.
Hopefully they will not let their guard down. Hanamuru going to be relied very much on that. They're already going to be dropped. The pulse bomb Doesn't finds a lot of damage, and that's going to be pretty crucial. And the D-Mech's already happening. Pills does take out No Wonder, and Bison takes out Hanamura. This is not looking good. There's a Diva Bomb coming in, and this is a point being held. Interesting call to drop the Diva Bomb, but I guess you just want to get them out of the way, so that way they're all kind of split up and spread apart.
At that point, you'd value keep being able to get back in mech immediately. You don't have to worry about resetting or dancing around in Baby Diva form to build it up. Sure, you've wasted the self-destruct. You might want to keep that back, but it's still got a couple tools to work with. You've got the Deadeye, you've got the Transcendence coming up on the Primal Rage as well. And Pills has a great game on Diva. It wouldn't surprise me if he builds up another self-destruct by the end of this fight anyway.
Absolutely, and dropping the Deadeye while you have a bunch of tanks right in front of your face may have not been the best idea. They do D-Mech, but that's... Oh my god, Azure Shadow's going to come in, and Wolf are able to find something with their Deadeye because they were not contested, and this is looking pretty interesting. They do manage to turn around, you know, before my very eyes, but there's that Primal Rage coming in from Garlic Bread, and they're able to turn it right back around. Not much to report back home, except the weather's looking sunny today. Back to you, Vowels.
Yeah. Heads up play from Blacklight. Take the point while Desperados are distracted, but ultimately consolation. You take 12%, you've now got to Tracer duel your way back into this. Bison maybe has the upper hand here. Just buying time, trying to slow down this offense as much as they can. They know it's the last fight, they need to get to the point now.
And here they go. Hopefully the last point will be the point that allows them to turn around. But Hanamura going down does not bode too much well. And also that the fact that Pray for GG's was the other Transcendence coming up. The second one is going to be unfortunate because that means that they are not going to be able to utilize that health much. The Diva Bomb does come in the zone out. They were pressured off the point just to see if they keep the team alive. There it is. Wolfer going down. There they go. They try to utilize that first Diva Bomb from Pills to be able to try to get some zoning where they were all together at the lighthouse, but they're just getting overwhelmed by the Primal Rage, and Garlic Bread being able to get that Tesla cannon going is going to be crazy. And that is some fast charging Primal Rage once again. You know, Cheeky Panda trying to be cheeky and just sort of contest for as long as they can, but the Wick will go down, and that's going to be it. GG will play 3-0 for the Desperados.
Yeah, it is technically a 3-1 because Blacklight came into this with the handicap advantage one map up because they were a lower seed team. But, hey,
I did not know that. Excuse me.
It doesn't really matter ultimately. Desperados win all 3 maps that we actually see. And I've got to give the MVP award over to Pills for the side of this Desperados team. Great gameplay on both the Zarya and the Diva. You can't ask for much more if you're off tank in this meta. Being able to enable both your supports in the back, your sniper DPS to pop off, and Garlic Bread to go huge with some main tank plays. Everywhere his team needed him to be. There was definitely some bright spots for Blacklight, but overall, Desperados were definitely a dominant team and deserve to go home with this 3-0 scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff to both sides. I mean, honestly, it was very unfortunate for Blacklight to do that, but you know, Desperados definitely showing that they are a team to be reckoned with, and the reason why we see them so much on also Broadcast GG as well, because they practice those scrims. Maybe, hopefully, we'll be able to see, you know, Blacklight on some of our scrims as well, because I liked a lot of their choices and their ideas of concepts of hero switching frequently and relying a lot more on skill rather than just alt charge. So that's kind of a nice breath of fresh air, and I would like to see that more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In particular, I want to shout out running a Bastion on that Volskaya defense.
Yes!
You've got to give them credit. It's brave. They did make it work for a brief time, and yeah, I like to see it. You've got to take risks sometimes in Overwatch, and a team that's brave enough to take risks like Blacklight, there's a lot of potential there to work with.
Absolutely. And speaking with a lot of potential to work with, if you feel like you have a lot of potential in casting, you can head on over to the Broadcast GG community and be able to sort of learn how to become a producer, caster, or whatever your heart desires in the production side of esports. It is kind of like the Hogwarts of esports production, I would say. It's definitely helped me get my start going on, and it's allowed me to meet wonderful people like Vowels and our wonderful producer, Ben V. Glow. I think I pronounced that close enough, I've been told by production, so good. All right, well, with that being said, this has been Bemi, this has been Val. Special thanks to a producer. Thank you to the players today on Blacklight and Desperados. Thank you to Core Brawl for allowing us to broadcast one of your playoff matches. And we will be, sorry, what? Oh, yeah, and also just production has just told me we're doing a free t-shirt giveaway So with that being said, we will do that on Twitter at BroadcastGG. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be the esports correction. So if you don't want to bother correcting your friends with words and vowels and such, you just go ahead and just point to your shirt, and they'll know that it is for the better of saying esports as opposed to e-sports. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.